Hey everybody, it's Karen from 50's The New 50 blog, and I'm going to do a pretty in-depth tutorial today on showing you just how easy mascara makeup is, and that highlighting and contouring at any age, especially in our midlife, in our 50s, our 60s, our 70s, doesn't have to be scary, and it's super easy. So let's get started, and I just want to introduce you to mascara and show you how easy it is. So how do you get started with mascara? It's pretty simple. I can color match you virtually. You're going to send me a no makeup selfie following some fun tips, and then you're going to get color matched to a custom palette of colors that are just specific to your skin tone. It's so easy because everything's right here. One palette, a couple brushes, our Perfector sponge, and you'll be ready to go. So I just want to show you how easy it is to contour and highlight, and so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I do is I take some of my Stay Spray and I spritz my face, and I'm going to use this kind of as a primer, and I'm just dabbing that in with my Perfector sponge and let that dry. And if you have combination or oily skin, you may need to still use a mattifying primer or something that you've been using already underneath your makeup, because this is a cream makeup, and because of that it sits on top of our skin, and that's kind of one of its virtues. It's one of the best things about it. So the first thing I do is I contour my face, and it is not scary and it's not hard at all. So the contour I use is right here in my palette, and I'm going to use my detail hack brush, and this one here has this nice end that is just great for contouring. So why do we contour? Well, we contour to bring out the bone structure that we like and to hide things that we don't. So it's super easy, it's not scary, and please try it if you haven't done it yet. So I'm going to take this side of my detail hack brush and I'm going to brush it in to my contour color, which is ash, that I have color matched with my skin tone. I'm more of a cool, and what I'm doing right now is I'm contouring up on my forehead, and so I'm going to work that right into my hairline, and I'm just coming across. I have a wider forehead, and I want to bring that forehead down so that you focus more on my eyes. Now, if you have a really defined widow's peak, this is really great for that. If you have a really, really long forehead and you want to bring that down and define that's why you would contour your forehead. So the next place I like to contour is my cheeks. And what I do is I just take my finger and I feel for my cheekbone. It's right here. And we're going to start kind of on the outside, and we're going to just dip that into our contour, and you just follow that cheekbone, and we're not going to come in past the outside of our eye or iris, about 2 finger points out, 2 finger widths, but you're just kind of coming across here to define those cheekbones. So let's do the other side real quick. So starting up here by my ear, feel for my cheekbone, and I'm just kind of coming along here, tapping it, pressing it in up under that cheekbone there. Another place to contour is under our chin or our jawline, and so we can kind of come under here and along here to define that jaw. Another great place is right under our chin, especially if we've got all of this loose skin under here, which, hey, we're gonna get it, it's gonna happen. This is a great way to add a shadow. So I'm coming along underneath my jaw, blending it down into my neck to create a shadow. So instead of defining now, I'm actually trying to push or take away and add a shadow. So we've contoured up here on our forehead, cheekbones, and underneath our jaw and along our neck. Pretty easy. Alright, so when I color match you, you might be color matched to more than one highlight. When I say highlight, I'm really talking about the foundations that make up our 3D foundation. And so for me, I've got a all-over highlight foundation, I've got a color correcting, and I have a brightening. And the nice thing about having 3 different colors is that I can use them, I can mix them, and they all have different purposes. So my color correcting highlight is called Mango. It's right here in my palette, and I just use my finger, and wherever I have age spots, hyperpigmentation, which I do, right? I mean, right in here, along the side of my forehead, I get real red. Underneath my eyes, it almost looks like I kind of have makeup on already, but I don't. It's just this hyperpigmentation, this discoloration that we get over here. So anyway, wherever I have redness, darkness, this mango is a great color corrector, and it's gonna work to color correct back to more of my natural skin tone everywhere else. And so it sounds kind of weird to match dark with dark, but that's really what we want to do. We don't want to color correct or try to camouflage dark spots, age spots, redness with something that's light. I mean, it's kind of sounds counterintuitive, but you want to match the dark to the dark. So as you can see, you can I've got some of that mango here, so I'm going to take my Perfector sponge and I'm just going to press that in. Oops, I forgot to hit my little mole. And if you press that in, it just kind of helps blend it, lift any that you might have gotten a little too much on. All right, so that's my first highlight or foundation color. My next is my main, and that one is going to be Sandy, and that's, I'm going to use my side of this blush and bronzer brush, and I like to use the smaller end. And Sandy's right here in my, so I'm just going to take this side of my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to tap it into my main foundation, which is Sandy. And I'm going to just start building and tapping that onto my face everywhere I don't have the contour. The nice thing is that the contour also provides coverage. So it's one layer of makeup, but giving you this great 3D look because of the consistency of the cream makeups. So I'm just going through and I'm hitting my nose, underneath my eyes. And as you can see, I'm not reapplying, not dabbing into the makeup. I'm just really kind of, every now and then I'll go in and hit it 2 times, like tap it in. Come down along your neck. I'm just applying that Sandy everywhere I would put my foundation. So the next step is to go in and brighten. One of the first things I like to do is grab my brightening color. I've got a couple here. I have Candlelit and I also have Aura. I'm going to take a little bit of that Aura and I'm just going to apply it to the top of my eyelid. And I'm going to use this as a primer. One, it's going to help cover all this pigmentation I have on my eyelids, and it's also going to work as a great eyeshadow primer. And all right, then I'm going to take my Best Blend Forever brush. I love this soft brush. This is a brush that you can use for applying all of your highlights and contours for a very natural look, but I'm going to use it to apply my brightening color. So I put Aura on my eyelids, but I'm actually going to use Candlelit. I'm going to tap that in, and I'm going to start applying it underneath, along the side of my nose and underneath my eye, just down into this triangle of light, they call it. But we want to brighten this part of our face and bring this forward. And we want to just use the least amount possible. This is such highly pigmented cream makeup. Can you see how already that's brightening? Another great place to brighten is up on our forehead here. Center here and down our nose. Center area. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Perfector sponge and I'm going to blend that in and press it in. So I'm going to take that Perfector sponge and I'm going to start doing a little bit of blending. So I'm doing this kind of press and twist action and a dabbing. First thing I'm doing up here is softening the line between my contour and that brightening. I'll come down here and I'll press that in underneath my eye. Keep kind of twisting this and turning your Perfector sponge to a clean area. And the Perfector sponge, I mean, for $13, this is the best makeup sponge I have ever used. It's just magical, and you really need this with this makeup. You have to use one of these. So we're just blending, and tapping, softening lines, and making sure that we don't have any excess anywhere. Okay, all right, so another great thing about using our contour colors is that we can actually use them on our eyebrows and to line our lips. And so I'm gonna grab my multitasker brush. I'm I'm going to grab this end of it here, and I'm going to use some of my contour color, which is that ash. I'm actually just going to kind of come right in here and use it to define my eyebrows, almost like a pomade. I'm just going to kind of blend that in, brush it up, and then you can actually use this nice fine point to draw out that end of your brow. You don't ever want to go down, we want to kind of come out a bit. I'll do the other side real quick. And then you can also line your lips with a little bit of your contour color and that same multitasker brush. Just by defining the outside of our lips with that contour. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add some cheek color and lip color. And today I'm going to use Plum, which is really pretty, kind of mauve-y, very neutral color. And I like to just take it, and it's on the other side of my palette here with my finger. And I'm going to start kind of right at the ball of my cheek, and I'm going to put a little dot. And then I'm going to dot it right along the top of the contour line. And you always want to make sure that you don't come in with your blush. You want to kind of leave a 2-finger space, same with your contour and your blush, about 2 fingers from your nose. Do that fake little smile and just dot. I like to just dot it right along the top. And then I'm going to take the blush side of my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to just start pouncing and blending my blush. And you can kind of brush up against that contour line, but I don't really want to mess with that too much because I don't want to blend it all completely out. I don't want to lose that contour. Just kind of come over here, and I'm just pouncing, stippling. Just keep working that until you soften and blend those little dots into just this. I'm going to take the other side of that multitasker brush, and I'm going to dip it into Plum, and I'm going to apply it to my lips. Grab a mirror. Another thing I love to do is mix a matte with one of our glossies, and one of my favorite glossy colors is called Sunshine State, and it's this one right here. It's got a little bit of a gold shimmer, and I'll put that over the top of my matte colors right in the center, just to give that a little bit of gloss, a little bit of shine, and it just gives me this kind of custom color with my lips. So I'm going to go ahead and add some illuminator, and I'm going to use rose gold. It's right here in my palette. I'm going to grab my Perfector sponge, and I think I'm just going to I'll just grab the pointy end and just brush that right in, and I'm going to apply it right above my cheek color. It's also fun to put a little bit down your nose. Make sure that you blend it in. And you can put some up here underneath the highest part of your brow, underneath your eyebrow. I haven't done my eye makeup yet, except for just having some Lashify lashes on. But then I can turn it over, and if I need to blend it in a little bit, that just adds just a little bit more glow, a little bit more shimmer. So, super easy. I tell ya, it's all in one palette. Now this is a double-decker palette. This palette is awesome. In it, I can get this one for free, fill it up. I have everything that I need in here. I can have multiple lip and cheek colors. I can get all of my different highlights. I can add my bronzer. It's just, I can put eyeshadows in there. That and a couple of my brushes, my Perfector sponge. When I'm all done, I'm gonna spray my face with some of the setting spray. This is Stay Spray. Give it a couple pumps, just let that dry, and that'll help set my makeup for the day. So, it's not hard, it's pretty darn easy. I've contoured, highlighted, illuminated, blushed, cheeked, all that fun stuff, and it's just all from one palette, one box full of magical makeup. So, if you want to get color matched, if you want to get a palette all of your own, please message me, email me, or click the link in my bio, because right now I'm color matching like crazy, and all you have to do is click that link in my bio. It'll take you to my color match form, and from there we'll get started. Thank you guys for watching again, and I cannot wait for 2020. We're gonna have a great year and we're gonna look gorgeous doing it.